Today we're dealing with lesson 6-7, and we're writing the letter of a trend line. That's basically what you're going to do, and we're going to use our graphic calculators to do some of it. A line of best fit is what we're creating, and sometimes that is called a trend line. Basically, I want you to write down just this much: line of best fit and a trend line. And I'm going to bring it up. I just want you to write that much down right now. All right, are we ready? The easiest way to deal with a trend line is to take a problem. We're going to make a scatter plot to represent the data. Draw a trend line and write an equation for the trend line. Use the equation to predict the time needed to travel 32 miles on a bicycle. So if you notice here, here is our x and here is our y. So at 5 miles we're at 27. At 10 we're at 46. At 14 we're at 71. And at 18 we're at 78. And you do not need this in your notes. And 22 is 107. Now, when they talk about a line of best fit, it's like I use my ruler here. Which, would that be about the right place to put it? Are there about the same number of points above it or below it? Mm-hmm. So what we would do is we're looking for a better line than I drew. We're looking for that equation. So to do that, and the way the book is going to ask you to do it, is we drew the scatter, we used our straight edge to draw a trend line, then we estimate 2 points on the graph. Well, I'm just going to take this point down here, which is 527, and then I'm going to take this point up here, which is 22,107. Then I'm going to find the slope, which I'd have 107 minus 27, which is 80. And then 22 minus 5. What's 22 minus 5? 17. 17. Someone got a calculator out to give us approximate slope? Oh, it would be over 4. 4.7. All right, we'll just call it 4.7. And then we put it in the point slope. And then we would solve this down. We have y minus 27 is equal to 4.7x minus, what's 4.7 times 5? 22.5. And then if I added my positive 27 to that negative 22.5, I'll get 4.5? Yes? Right here. Okay. So if we take 27 minus 23.5, we'll get 3.5. So there's our equation in the slope-intercept form. Now, if they want me to predict at 32, all I have to do is take my y equals 4.7x plus 3.5. In place of the x, I just put 32. So, Lydia, what do we get when we take 4.7 times 32 plus 3.5?
153.9.
So again, I'm basically predicting off my graph. All right, so if they asked you to draw a scatter plot and a trend line, you could do that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then to draw the equation of the line, just takes you slope, point slope, slope-intercept, and then we substitute things in. Okay? Now, the next part of your homework is using it with a calculator. I'm going to give you a graphing calculator, and later on I will ask you what your number is, because I'll check these out probably till the end of this unit. Okay? So, the first thing we need to do is kind of how to move around the calculator. Okay, so it's going to be difficult today. There we go. What we're going to do, we're going to take the same problem, and I'm going to show you how to make a scatter plot on your calculator, how to get a trend line on your calculator, and finally how to predict what the 32 would be using your calculator. Okay? So here is my calculator, and I'm going to slide it clear off to the side. And I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to slide it that way, because the only thing I need right from it is the table.
Miss J, your iPad is doing something weird. I don't
What,
know. I don't know. It makes the picture small and it gets big. And I don't know.
We'll just
Sometimes.
keep going. We'll just keep going. They'll have to figure it out from there. All right. So with the calculator, there's a couple of buttons that are going to be real important to us. The first one is this one that's called STAT, the stat button. So I want you to click on the stat button, and you get this little short menu, and I want you to go to number 1, edit. Now, do you have data in there? If you have data, I want you to use your 4 directional hairs, go up, so that you're on the top here. Then hit the clear button, and then hit the enter. And see, it wipes out the whole column. So again, if you still have data, go up so that you're above the line. You hit the clear, and then you hit enter. All right, so does everyone have their data cleared out? Yes? Okay. The L1 is going to represent the miles, or my independent X term. The time in minutes will be my L2, or the Y's. So I'm going to enter my X's first. So I'm going to enter 5, 10, 14, and each time I enter one, I hit the enter. 18 and 22. Then I'm going to go right 1. I'm going to go right 1, and I'm going to add the Y's to your column. You just hit clear, and then hit enter. Just go up and retype over the top of it. So if you want 14 in there, and then hit the enter, and it'll redo it. Then we'll put the Y's in. Make sure the X and Y that belong together are side by side. All right, has everyone got the data in? Now, I'd like to show you how to do a scatter plot. So we have a couple of things we need to deal with. Number 1, if you go to the Y equals, if there is an equation there, you need to clear it out. So just hit the clear, and you should get rid of it. All right, so is your Y equal all nicely cleaned out? Now, we need to do this blue function, or the function that's right above the Y equals. So you hit the second, and then hit that so that you have stat plot. So does everyone have the stat plot up there? And again, I got it by hitting second and the Y equals button. Now, I want to go to plot 1.
Miss J, do you want me to stop it when it gets to 10?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll do a second part, okay? So, we need to hit it so it says on. So if you just hit enter, it will change it to on. Then you need to see if X list and Y list are L1 and L2.